Hello friends, today we are going to discuss anomalous type of secondary growth which are non-adaptive. Non-adaptive means it is not occurring due to any adaptation. In this heading, the first is xylary phloem. Xylary phloem, interxylary phloem. As the name itself denotes, interxylary phloem means the phloem produced is inside the xylem, which is an unusual character that is not found generally. Generally, the cambium cuts xylem inward and phloem outward, but here interxylary phloem is found. This is the non-adaptive type of anomalous secondary growth. So, this interxylary phloem is reported almost about 25 families of plants, 25 families. The important family is Cumbritacea. In the Cumbritacea, the Cumbritum, the general example is Cumbritum, and in Cumbritacea, family Cumbritacea. That is the family that is typical example of interxylary phloem. So, the Cumbritum is the typical example in which in the Cumbritacea family the famous plant is Terminalia arjuna, that is known as commonly as Arjun. So Terminalia arjuna is the famous plant of family Cumbritacea. So that Arjuna, this plant is used in herbal medicine. So 25 families are reported in the plants, mostly in dicots, that show the interxylary phloem. In this, the segment of cambium, in this segment of cambium, produces, the segment of cambium produces phloem, xylem inside for a brief period of time, afterward it cuts phloem inside. So this is the peculiar character. Generally the cambium cuts xylem inward and phloem outward, but here the segment of cambium produces xylem as usual for the brief of period, but later on its activity is changed and it starts to cut phloem inside. So, and in other forms, as in other form, that is astrakhnose, here after some period of time it cuts phloem inside and xylem outside. But here in the plant Strychnos, in this Strychnos, in this plant a part of normal phloem, gets embedded inside the xylem. So, this is the two type of formation. In first case, the segment of cambium which produces xylem inside for a brief period of time. Afterward, it starts to cut phloem inside and xylem outside. So, here the result is that the phloem is embedded in the xylem strand. In the second case, in Strychnos, in this plant a part of normal phloem that is cut outside, that is the normal condition is that the cambium cuts outside the phloem and inside the xylem, but in this case the activity is the normal, but afterward the part of normal phloem, that is the secondary phloem cut outside, gets embedded inside the xylem, and hence interxylary tissue xylem is produced. So, this is the case. In third stage, a small segment of cambium, ceases its function, means the segment of cambium, the cambium ring, in the cambium ring a small fraction of cambium ceases its function, means its function stops, and this at that point where the normal function stops, it starts to and the cells of that part and that cells are transformed into mature conducting tissue. Mature conducting tissue means they conduct the synthesized food as well as the solute, and a new segment of cambium arises in phloem. Here, firstly, the cambium cuts xylem inward and outward the phloem. Here, the small segment of cambium loses its function, and the cells are transformed into mature conducting tissue, and the new segment of cambium arises in the phloem tissue. So, here this forms secondary meristem. It forms secondary meristem, and in this case the meristematic tissue start cutting few rows of cells out. It starts cutting few rows of cells from the original cambium, from the original cambium. From the original cambium, they unite with the edge of the cambium. They unite with the edge of the cambium, and it starts and their normal activity, starts, and phloem gets embedded in the xylem. in the xylem. Hence it is known as the interxylary phloem. Now we shall see the structures formed in this case. Here the outer layer is cortex. This is the cortical layer. This is the cortical layer, and here is the secondary phloem, and here is the cambium. This is cortex. This is the cortex. Here is the tissue cut, that is secondary phloem. Here is cambium. Here the strips of cambium, some part, the strips of cambium gets meristematic here. Let us assume that here this part is, it becomes meristematic, and this start to cut the rows of cell. This gets meristematic. This gets meristematic. And these rows of cells are formed. Here it starts to cut, it starts later on. Here it forms xylem. Here the xylem is formed. Normal condition is here xylem, here xylem, here xylem. But sometimes peculiarly strips of cambium, strips of phloem are formed, that normal cambium changes its function. Here is xylem, here is xylem, 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 xylem. So this is the phloem, this is the xylem, secondary, it is secondary phloem, this is secondary xylem. So this condition is achieved, and hence it is known as interxylary phloem. In this case, the cambium in general firstly functions as normal, and the phloem is cut outward and xylem inward, but after a short period of time the phloem is that starts cut the secondary phloem inside. It is the difference, it changes its way in cutting secondary tissue, and hence secondary phloem gets embedded inside. This is the secondary phloem, this is the secondary phloem, this is the xylem, xylem cells, that is the metaxylem, this is the protoxylem. So it is interxylary phloem. Now the second is interxylary cork. Interxylary cork. Normally the cork is formed after the secondary tissue are formed inside the endodermis, and due to pressure generated to accommodate this newly cut tissue, a layer of cork cambium is formed in the cortical region, and that cambium is known as cork cambium. Cork cambium that forms outside the cork, outside and inside secondary cortex, and these all together known as the periderm. Periderm. So, in the normal condition, after the secondary tissues are formed inside the endodermis, their pressure, due to their pressure and to accommodate the new cell cut, a cambium layer is formed in the cortex which cuts cork outside and secondary cortex inside, and therefore the breadth or the girth of the stem increases. That is the normal position. And after the secondary growth, when we see a cut transverse section of a stem, we will find annual rings. Annual rings are found. That annual rings denotes these are the annual rings. The number of annual rings denotes that how many times the plant performed secondary growth, because in each secondary growth one annual ring is formed, and this looks like this. This is the ring of secondary xylem. This is the ring of secondary xylem. So this secondary xylem in the old stem, this at the middle, this is the hard tooth that is very compact, and in the outside there is the layers of sapwood. But in this case, exceptionally, the interxylary cork, the cork is produced in this layer between the annual rings. That is the abnormal condition. Here cork is produced, and this cork layer forms parenchymatous cells. This cork layer cork cambium, or say the cork cambium produces what? Parenchymatous cells between rings of secondary xylem, and this condition is due to the drought in those plants in which this type of interxylary cork is found, generally found in drought condition. So, to overcome or to tide over the drought condition, it has the assistance of other tissues, that is parenchymatous tissue, that helps the water conduction to enhance with addition to the xylem tissue. So, this interxylary cork are produced. These are the this is found in example is Artemisia tridentata or Artemisia tridentata. So, in this plant cork is found. So, in this case the interxylary cork cambium produces what produces? It produces cork secondary cortex inward, cork outward in the secondary xylem ring, and these cells are parenchymatous in nature, and these cells help in the absorption of water. It assists the secondary xylem, which function is to absorb water. So, this is the figure. I draw the figure of this here is the cells of xylem, and this is the outer part fibrous band, outer part of fibrous band made of what? Fibers and vessels. So, and here and progressively downward in cork phalogen parenchymatous parenchymatous tissue with scattered vessels. So, inward that is the upper layer of xylem, and when we go inside the annual ring downward, the cork cambium is formed. The layer of cork is formed, and in the layer of cork scattered parenchymatous tissue are found, and inside this in the assemblage of the parenchymatous tissue there are scattered vessels of the secondary xylem. So, this is found in Artemisia draculoides. Artemisia draculoides. So, this is the interxylaric cork, that is the non-adaptive type of anomalous secondary growth, in which the cork is formed in the secondary xylem rings, which is formed afterward the secondary growth, and these cork cells cuts parenchymatous cells, cork cambium cell cuts parenchymatous cells, and these parenchymatous cells help the plant to absorb water more. It assists the secondary xylem in the conduction, in the absorption of water, and to tide over the drought situation, because this plant is found in drought situation where there is drought. So, we have completed two types of, first the adaptive, second is non-adaptive. Now, in the next class, when we will meet, we shall know how there are some plants which forms the secondary tissue, and their function is apart from the normal. Here, in the normal condition, secondary xylem is formed inside and secondary phloem is formed outside. In these plants, there is some variations. In these plants, some extrastellar rings are found. Outside the in the outside stele, there the cambium ring is formed, and that performs the duty of secondary growth. In other cases, extra cambium rings are produced. So, extrastellar cambium ring, many cambium rings are produced, and hence this type of anomalous secondary growth is quite different from the normal. In this case, in the first case, where the extra stellar cambium is produced, is represented by Amaranthus Echeiranthus Echeiranthus. This is the plant. Amaranthus is the plant of Amaranthaceae family. So, in this case, extrastellar cambium is produced, means the cambium ring is formed outside the stele. As we know, the stele is the mass of tissue, ground tissue encircled by the endodermis or pericycle, but this is known as extrastellar because here the cambium is produced outside the ground tissue by the activity of the pericycle that encircles the ground tissue, and hence it is known as extrastellar. The second is successive cambium rings. Successive cambium rings. So, in this case, the cambium rings are formed successively. One cambium ring is formed and it starts cutting secondary tissue, and afterward it ceases its function, and then a new ring of cambium goes on formed successively, and hence this is the successive ring. This is in the heading successive ring of cambium formed. So, this is represented by Boerhaavia, stem, mirabilis stem, these are the plants of family Nyctaginaceae. So, we will one by one study these two, extrastellar cambium and successive ring of cambium. In the extrastellar cambium, we will discuss the Amaranthus, and the successive ring of cambium we will see the secondary growth in Boerhaavia. It is in the this behavior is also anomalous, and here as it is non-adaptive, so these two are also included in non-adaptive type of anomalous secondary growth. So, thank you for today. We shall meet in the next class. बाबू देखो ना देखो, आज तो हमको मूड नहीं था पढ़ाने का, तो कैसा मन आज हुआ है। क्या हुआ? देखो, हुआ है कि नहीं पता नहीं। इसमें
ये वाला निकालिए, तो बाद में लगाइएगा, वो छोड़िए, लाइए लगाता है, उल्टा पुल्टा कापड़ा लगाता है।
लो
ये इसका है, इसका है, ब्लू का देखिए।